Demo Derby Masters, Winter Slam 2016, Ultimate Derby and Blizzard Bash in Capital City Carnage, Sayapa Racing and SayapaRacing.com, Reckless Abandon Derby Apparel at RecklessAbandonGear.com, and Derby Inc. Magazine. Live it, breathe it, feel it, Derby Inc. This is the Crash Course Demolition Derby podcast, recorded live at the FingerLakes1.com studios in downtown Seneca Falls, New York. And now your host, Chris Marquardt.
Everything underway here at Trackside as we move into the evening's heat draw program. I'm Chris Marquardt. Joining me here at the table is the one and only Josh Decker. Next to him, or next to me also, Brian Tompkins. You had the chance to be in the inspection line through the course of the day. It has been a very, very busy day. At one point, one of the cars brought over the top of the ramps. They couldn't even get it up off the ground. It was so heavy. There was so much weight. That was Ryan Shiver's car coming in from California. That's it's been very, very busy, but at the same time, it's been very calm over the inspection line.
Yeah, we haven't really seen too many guys with huge lists. I mean, there's the normal stuff like we've said 100 times before. If you're coming here, you're going to push the limit. You don't want to come to Blizzard Bash underbuilt. I actually had the chance to go out and walk around a little bit. I was actually out walking around more, and I was on the inspection line, and looks like caddy heaven. There's a lot of caddies here this year.
Yes.
Just a lot of always this is usually the best stuff is here, and just walking around looking at the cars and drivers, and got to say hi to a few guys, and definitely a lot of nice stuff. It's going to be a hell of a show.
Josh actually made this point a little bit earlier as we see Eric Moulet wandering around. The professor. Oh, no, wait. The hammer. That's right. The hammer. Desperately wants to get rid of that nickname. We see him wandering around. Josh made this point earlier when we were talking a little bit with Sam Williams. People don't realize how great the cars are here. In their mind, they're aware of how awesome the builds are, but then you get here and it's like, oh boy.
Well, you say to yourself, like, okay, there's going to be 200 great cars. Well, you don't get intimidated until the 200 great cars are in front of you and you realize that you're going to have to beat all of them to get anywhere this weekend.
Yeah, there's definitely no easy routes. We talked about it Monday night. There's there's no easy routes to the feature here. So many great cars, so many great drivers and builders. If you make it to the feature, you've accomplished something huge.
Huge.
Listen, there is no better than here. There is no best after this. If you are out on that track, you are competing against the best in the country, and they are going to make you work for it.
Oh, absolutely.
I was saying to Ben, it seems a little quiet. It seems so quiet in here today, and I was saying to Sam too. It's like the calm before the storm.
Yeah, that's how I described it earlier.
Everyone's so exhausted. They've been working. They finally get here. You're excited to get through inspection. But after you go through this inspection line, your day's not done.
No,
because
absolutely not.
I haven't seen anybody that just got a. Has anyone just got a stick? Everyone's had to cut stuff.
Yeah, I think.
Just getting sticks.
No.
There's no way.
No, everyone's cutting.
The first car that I've personally seen come back out and have a stick on was Luke Johnson. I seen Luke come through and he had a stick on. I don't know. Again, I don't know how big his list was. I don't know how, but I saw him come back out and he had a stick on. So that's the first car that I've personally seen come through that's got a stick.
Yeah, and we've been coming here since the beginning of time, right? 4 years we're deep in here.
Yep.
Every year, because we hang out in the inspection the entire time. Not only do you learn a ton, but you get to talk to like the greatest dudes ever.
Absolutely.
You just get lost in conversations here, and
The
it's
greatest
awesome.
dudes ever.
It is, right?
There's some of the greatest guys ain't gals here.
Absolutely, it's
Perhaps you forgot Ray. Rachel.
Oh yeah, that's true. Rachel's.
I can't believe it. Ray. He forgot her. They're building him a car.
Yeah, I know.
Serena Brandt, she's over there.
Yep, she would yell at me also. That's,
Jill Lancaster, she's the captain of Calistoga Style.
That's true.
And she hates you.
That's a good valid. She should. Yeah, no, but it seems like over the years, quality. I mean, look at from the first year we came here, Chris, till today. There is not a car.
Light years, oddly.
What's that?
Light years in quality. I mean,
yes.
Like light years.
The first year we came, we saw cars that would maybe run in our area, right? Okay, that car would probably pass in my area. The stuff that's here today, it's like every single guy. I mean, just the ideas in suspension.
Oh yeah.
Steering and suspension is blowing my mind out there. The way that they're manipulating plates and putting plates on. blowing my mind. It's just been, and again, the quality here is just unbelievable. Come on.
You want to do this now or what?
Yeah, you want me to hop up?
You should probably hang out.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that now? All right. So on the table right now, hanging out with us, are two of the cars that are going to be running in the RC Derby. These are Team Crash Course entries for Leon. Put it on your head first. It'll be a little bit easier to dial the thing in.
Other way. There you go.
There's a good look
you'll
at
figure it
the
out.
vendors area.
We won't make fun of you.
Not a lot anyway.
All right, how about right there?
Leon, can you give me a hand with that just in a minute? You'll know when. Awesome. So sitting down at the table, Jake Wazorek, who's the other guy. I assume you also forgot. Jake's the guy that's building you and Ben the car.
Listen to this guy. He's been mouthy since we got off the plane today. You can tell he's tired.
I haven't slept in 4 days.
Yeah. So you ready to build some cars? Huh? I'm pumped. I'm pretty sure I got a Y-framer getting delivered to your house.
It's a good.
And speaking of that, I got to give you a whole bunch of cash. Yeah, put them in there.
Come on, Decker. Did you break it?
No.
Yes.
We can't have anything nice from Josh Decker's here.
I'm pretty confident you did.
Okay.
It wasn't done right, so I assume it was yours.
Yeah, okay.
So again, you were asking about building some cars. You're sending a Y-framer to him.
Jake was nice enough to let Ben. Jake is going to build us the car for Ben and I to go out in the extreme class, which you and Rachel are running in the class also, right?
Possibly.
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 Junk you off.
That's all right.
No, I'm kidding.
Cool. You gotta catch me first, homie.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair, man. But I really appreciate you asking us because, like, Ben and I have been dying to run at this track, and I think the event that you got us to run in, I don't know if it could get better than that class. You know,
It-
like, there's no pressure. It's just going to be fun.
Yeah, it's
know?
gonna be a good time. It'll be fun. Cause, I mean, Ray had actually came up with this idea a couple years ago.
Okay.
She wanted to get one of our local promoters to do it, and so I was looking at one of our cars, and I'm like, the pedal assembly just bolts on the floor.
Exactly.
I mean, we could just
Yep.
put it on the other side, and we could roll out with two people in a car.
Yep.
So I sent Sam a message. I was like, hey, can we, what do you think about this? Putting the pedals on the other side and, you know,
It's a great idea.
running a passenger, hanging
Watch
on
it
to
go
the,
for me.
and the driver's all he's got to do is hang on to the steering wheel. And
That's the fun of it.
It's
Get
going
on
to be a
that camera.
rock.
Watch
Oh, my gosh.
Get on that camera.
It's going to be a blast. And I think watching people fight internally in the cars, the crowd is going to love that
Oh, yeah.
aspect of it.
Yeah, that's the biggest. I think that's what's going to be the funniest thing is, like, if Ray isn't able to run with me at Carnage, it'll be a buddy of mine,
Okay.
and he's a compact driver, so he's used to running wide open.
Yeah.
So it'll be one of those deals where he's gonna want to go fast. I'm more of a pick my shot kind of driver, and it's gonna be a little more. It's gonna be harder for me to get used to his driving style.
I promise you that Ben and I will not be picking our shots. We'll just be flat getting everything possible.
That's fine.
You
I don't
know?
care.
Yeah, that's our style, though. You know.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It'll be interesting to see how it all goes.
Yes, it'll be a great time, and thank you. I can't say thank you enough.
Oh,
So
it's
thank you.
It's good, man.
Appreciate it.
No
it's
problem.
Gonna be. We were pulling out on the track. Oh, you know, we were talking to Sam on the track, and he goes, "How nervous are you going to be pulling out on this thing?" And it's like, man, this is a dream for us. You know, we'll
Scared
be
to death.
nervous as hell.
Scared to death.
Scared? No, but nervous. Don't say
It's-
scared.
I'll tell you one thing. The first time I ever drove at this track was a couple years ago. I ran 80s and newer class, and I was nervous sitting out there in the barn. I mean, my nerves were starting to get to me. My feet were starting to bounce on the pedals. I pulled up to the gate, started to drive in, and I pulled up to the gate and I checked my seatbelt, and I looked up and saw the crowd. All the nerves went away. I started bouncing up and down the
Game
seat.
time.
I was like, oh, this is
Game
going to be
time.
fun. This is going to be an interesting deal because it's going to be cool. So, I mean, this track, it's kind of intimidating because it's such a big deal.
Yeah.
But once you get out there, all the nerves go away. It's fun.
Great
Yeah.
track.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a very fast, very fun, and I don't think there might be some guys up there with some serious horsepower in that class, but I doubt it. Being that it's a more of a limited weld bone stock style class, I don't think there's gonna be a whole lot of guys with some serious horsepower just getting after it. I don't know either. Yes.
They could actually jump.
You want to talk about a team show?
Yeah, exactly.
That's going to be the funnest part of it. I mean,
Yes.
like I told Sam, I was like, there's going to be more, hits put out inside the cars than
Yes.
there will be outside the cars.
So true.
I mean, it's gonna be hilarious watching
Yes.
guys inside of cars. And I told Sam, I was like,
Best friends are going to turn into enemies immediately.
exactly. In two different people with two different driving styles, it's gonna make it even that much more difficult. You have one guy wanting a bag in the driver's seat, or vice versa. You
Yes.
got a driver that drives hard in the driver's seat, and the guy in the passenger seat, the bagger, is like, no, go.
The gas pedal guy keeps getting you caught. You're gonna start getting pissed. Like, come on, get us out of the
Yeah.
way. I can see a lot of fighting.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's
You guys
gonna be
touch on
interesting.
who's going to control the shifter? Who's going to be on top of that project? I mean, somebody's going to have to run the shifter, and logically, in my mind, it's the person that's running the throttle.
Yes, me
personally, Yeah. I would
let Ben in the passenger seat run the gas pedal. It's not working.
Nah, you're when you look down, you're good. There you go. Try that now.
Brake pedal. Gas pedal.
I don't know. I don't know why you're pulling it
Come
out.
on, Josh. You're killing me.
Guys, I'm not a rookie.
There, try it now.
Can you hear me now?
No.
See, no, it still did it. It still did it.
It's like cutting in and out.
Just keep going. You're fine.
I'm not touching it. Chris will
going.
get all mad.
You're all right.
And then it'll be like me
Keep
and Ben in the
working on
car,
it.
but right
We'll
here.
keep working on it. Yeah, it will be. It'll turn into that right now.
I'll fist fight you. So
Are you gonna open hand
uh,
slap me?
No, that's Brian. That's coming at a later time in the day. I got to get liquored up for that first.
Oh boy.
Just
Here we go.
remember-
Perfect.
You're gonna
I
get.
won't let you get away with it like you
Last
did to
year,
me.
Brian open hand slap. Last year, Brian got drunk at the bar and totally open hand slaps me. Yep, totally open
Nice.
hand slapped me.
It wasn't even that hard, though, really. Let's be honest.
Actually, no, I was there.
He
I
was
remember
there.
Chris looking me in the face, and Ben too, and just not understanding why I wasn't retaliating.
Not understanding anything that would just happen.
No, but you're 3 times the weight of me, so I knew I couldn't win that fight. But
3
if
times.
you get us liquored up today, I will slap you.
It's like my old man always told me though. The bigger they are, the harder they
Oh,
fall.
and I'm gonna live stream it, so you'll all see it.
Hey,
out.
listen, this is my only request. If you're going to do it, let's wait till tomorrow night. 'Cause I kind of had like a migraine today.
I know
so
you have.
yeah, so
I'll be-
let's wait and do it tomorrow night. Then I'm
Yeah.
all right with it.
Now's
not-
definitely the time, Josh.
I will knock you out cold tomorrow.
If you did that, you would be the first one that had ever accomplished that.
On the topic of tomorrow, I mean, now
that
that you
a
had a chance to
challenge?
see the cars paired up side by side in the pit area, what do you think about this heat draw that's coming up here? And maybe, geez, we're looking at less than an hour.
The heat draws are tough because I think that's when everyone's the most nervous of the whole weekend, because that the heat draw makes or breaks your weekend.
Yeah, it does.
If you pull a bad heat, and we shouldn't call it a bad heat, if you pull a team that's super hard, it could be a long weekend for you.
Yes, it could be.
And the tougher that your heat one is, it sucks because when you go back in the pits to fix it, it's so much more work that you'd have to do.
Yeah.
So the tougher draw you get, the more you're going to be. And if you start your week negative with a lot of damage, it just, you know how that gets. It gets worse and worse. By
Yeah.
night 2 and 3,
Yeah.
you're junk.
That's like last year when we ran against Bobby and them, Bobby Whitaker and them.
IFD.
Yeah, IFD team. That was a tough one. When
yeah.
we pulled that team, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And then it
Ray,
was.
she was a little bit worried about it because she had watched the qualifiers, which they drive wide open.
Yep.
And they don't care what they hit.
Yes.
Them
Or
guys,
break.
Yeah,
Yes.
or break it. And
Yes.
she was worried about drivers' door shots. I was like, look, we're running against some of the best guys
Yeah.
in the country.
Yes.
They will not drive through your driver's door.
I agree with you.
And
I agree with you.
so it's going to be one of those deals where it's going to be an interesting heat draw.
This is interesting.
Hey! That's awesome. That's so awesome. Tell me I get to run that right now. Let's go smash it into something right now.
You get to run it Sunday.
What?
Saturday.
Saturday. I'm
What?
sorry, Saturday.
Stock.
Here?
Yes.
Yeah, here.
Me?
Yes.
I get to run that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you being serious?
Yes.
What?
Dead serious. That's yours.
I love you, dude. I love you, dude. Thank you so much. Oh my God.
That
Are
is
you being
yours.
serious?
I'm dead
Okay,
serious.
we'll get.
That's yours.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I love you guys, dude.
It's bone stock.
I don't give a shit. That's
I know.
my style, dude.
I know.
If I'm gonna do good in anything, it's that thing right there.
That was Ray's idea too.
Thank
Yeah.
you guys. That's like, oh my gosh. What?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I
When,
gotta jump
uh,
up and down.
When we when I was talking to you about building the bone stock car,
Yep.
and you couldn't get the spot,
Yes.
I got a hold of Sam that night and said, "Hey, what can we do?" He goes, we'll figure something out. He goes, can you guys build it? I was like, oh yeah, we'll build it.
You are the greatest guy ever.
There's your roof sign.
It's actually in the back
What?
seat of our
It's in the back
It's in the
seat.
back seat of our pickup right now.
You knew about this whole time?
Yeah,
Oh my god! And you kept it secret from me?
I did. Nobody
Holy-
knew.
That's the secret you were telling me that you couldn't tell me.
Yeah.
Oh my
The
god!
shirts
I
were just
love
part
you.
of it.
I love you. That's okay, dude. Thank you so much,
No
man.
problem.
You just made my day. Thank
I
you so
will.
much. Oh, I'm gonna junk stuff in that.
Oh, I hope.
I'm warning you. I'm
You
gonna
know,
break
the
stuff.
last stock class car you drove like that, you did pretty well with. You brought home the heavy hitter from
That's true.
from Kentucky.
Dude, I'm so excited. I can't even tell you right now. Are you being
Now,
serious?
two things.
I just
Two
I'm
things.
serious, man.
Two things, real quick. Just we
I
gotta
love
keep
you.
in mind.
I love you,
One,
dude.
you're gonna have to fist fight Ben for it.
Deal. Deal.
And two, how awesome is our job going to be Saturday when I have to put up with his huge head?
Oh my god! I'm so happy right now.
Well, you know.
It's going to be done and out of the way.
Oh my god! How do I repay you? I can't
Money,
repay
mostly.
you. Yeah,
Mostly.
no, it's okay. I got it in my pocket. That's I can't repay you enough.
Hundreds.
It's gonna be fun.
Right.
Thank you.
Preferably
No problem,
hundreds.
man. Well, I appreciate what you guys do for up here. I mean, we're pretty much the most local drivers to this show, so it means a lot for us to come up and have this big of a show in our hometown.
Yes.
I mean, my wife, she grew up in Topeka,
That's cool.
so I mean, this is our hometown show basically.
So before this, was Derby and really big in Topeka?
There was a few shows at like Heartland Park, which is down south of town a little bit. There were a few shows down there, and they did all right. And then Heartland Park kind of screwed them around a little bit, so they kind of quit doing it. But this is by far the biggest show around. I mean,
And I would kill to have a show this big, this close to my house.
oh yeah, it's
Everyone
fun.
would.
And-
Everyone.
And another thing about it is, if we break stuff, like when we were running a team show in Weld, you know, we could go home.
Right.
We could take something off the car, take it home, and fix it that night. You
Yes.
know, we got, I guess, an advantage that way.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, last year when the front of Ray's car went bad, when it buckled real hard, we went home and cut the stub off of another car, and we were gonna re-stub that car the next morning.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they wouldn't let us do it. They said we could probably do it, and then all of a sudden they were like, nope, can't do it. Like, okay. Because they considered it kind of an unfair advantage because
Yeah.
we lived so close. I was like, I understand that. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, but you know, anybody else could have cut a stub off before they came. You know?
True,
Yeah.
But
I get it.
a lot of people don't think they're going to wad one up in front of the A-arms in the first heat either.
Right. Right.
That's what really sucks is when you wad one up that bad in the first
Right.
heat. So the only thing is we're going to have to make sure you fit in it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you will.
I'll make it work. Dude, thank you.
No problem.
You made my day, like, thank you.
And then the kid that painted it,
I get it.
he's a big fan of the guy that does all of
Jason Sauer. Yeah, yeah.
He's a big fan of his.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
he was like, well, we'll do the graffiti style on the sides
Hell
of it.
yeah, dude.
Like, sounds good to me.
Oh.
Trevor Fleming is the one that did all the paint, did the
Awesome.
sides of it. He did a good job. I like it.
That's awesome. You know, it's funny. He just messaged me the other day. Didn't say nothing about
Yeah.
none than that, but that's very cool. Thank you. Thank you for all your hard work, man. Thank you so much.
It's been fun. And what's funny about it is it's been fun because we're used to building weld cars for this show. So this thing, like, it felt like I forgot how to do half of it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, wait, ooh, I can't do that.
Yep.
Oh, ooh, I can't do that either.
Yep.
I was like, I just got to basically put an engine in this thing and just
And go.
leave it at that. And that's all I can really do.
That's so awesome. That's so awesome. Oh, man.
Josh is not going to sleep until he
Dude,
gets to
I'm
run
not
that
going to
car.
sleep.
gonna be
I'm
so
so
fired
excited
up.
right now, dude. You don't even know. It's a dream come true. Thank you. Thank
No
you.
problem.
I don't deserve it. Thank you. It's so badass.
Well, like
dude.
I said, we appreciate what you guys do
Thank
for
you.
this derby and for Topeka and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
I mean, you guys help put this thing on the map worldwide. You know,
It's big.
it's very
It's
big.
the biggest derby in the country, hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down, man. The quality of drivers, I mean, just, and the atmosphere.
Yeah.
You know, what I love about here is everyone is so cool, man. For days, you're just hanging out, talking, enjoying, learning,
Yeah.
you know? And people aren't jerks about it.
Yeah.
You want to ask a question like, why did you do this? Outside guys are explaining, I did this because of this and that. It's just, you have to be here to understand the atmosphere, but it's much better than the majority of derbies.
Yeah.
You know, there's no anger, not
Yeah.
people upset, you know?
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's neat. I mean, it's a fun show to run. It's a fun show to be a part of, and I mean, we've been lucky enough to run it the last 4 or 5 years, something like that. and 3 of which I was on a limited or a weld team.
Mhm.
That's a rough
Yes.
rough go.
Yes. So has that always been your style, the more of the weld class?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never built a bone stock big car.
No?
We've built a couple bone stock, like compact front wheel drive cars,
Mhm.
but other than that, I mean, bone stock big car. That's about it.
That's
about
awesome.
the first one I've ever built. Kind of weird not having to tilt it, not having to do,
No, I know.
a Watts conversion in the back, and big nasty rear end trying to get it up underneath of
Nope.
it and set it all up, and
Nope.
everything like that.
Strip it, get it running, and go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Oh yeah,
That's so cool. So what do you think? Should I be driving backwards in that bad boy or forward?
I don't care which way you
I'm going
drive
to
it.
go both as hard as I can.
I don't care. That's fine with me.
I'll be easy on your tranny, but I'm going to work that motor. I'm going to work that.
That motor there is actually. I sent you a message the other day about motor that we had that would that had water in it.
Yes.
That's it.
No shit.
And that is a running bitch.
Hell yeah, man. That's my style of motor then, even,
Yes,
you know?
it
Hell
is
yeah.
a running son of a bitch. It
Oh,
is
that's so
bad.
cool. That's so cool, man.
When we unloaded it last night, Sam said he was like, "That's a good running motor." I was like, "It was full of water about 6 weeks ago."
That's awesome. That's so awesome.
He goes, "That's a good running motor, though." I was
Hell
like,
yeah.
That's a trusty one. I was like, that's one of Ray's old motors that she absolutely loves.
Yep.
She'd have rather ran that motor last year at Blizzard Bash than her motor that she's got.
Old trusty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I understand that.
It's no big horsepower motor or nothing like that, but it will definitely get your job
She
done.
don't shut off.
Never.
Yeah, that's the ones you want.
Oh, yeah.
That's the ones you want.
It's going to be fun. I'm glad you're going to be able to run it and have some fun in it.
I can't say thank you enough. It's so cool, dude.
And I think Sam's got you hooked up with a helmet and neck brace and all that kind of stuff.
Hell yeah, I don't need a neck
That's,
brace,
what he told me. Anyway.
Did you
He
put
told
a seatbelt in that one?
nah.
Yeah, it's got a seatbelt.
It does have a seatbelt. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
I don't usually use it. Nobody knock my teeth out.
Are you going to drive that like a 67 Imperial?
Yeah,
or-
absolutely.
All
Oh
right.
yeah, 2 shots, junk. 2 shots. 2 shots. You'll be junk.
earlier,
One shot? Okay, I'll try it.
Earlier, I remember you saying that you wanted to back up to the Uke tires and just hit the
Oh
farthest
no, that's
car
what
away
she's
from
doing.
you.
That's what she's doing. That's what she's doing.
All right, I just thought, now
just gonna
we're
put on the
saying
show.
it in front of God and everybody. So
Hey, we all know that I can't drive, so I'm
True.
not going to win the key.
No one's
so I might as well
fighting
go
you.
for Mad Dog.
No one's fighting you on any of this.
Oh man,
It's going to be fun.
thank you so
They're
much.
li-
I think it's going to be fun, just as fun for us to watch it getting destroyed as it was for us to actually build it and compete in the show last year.
So cool.
There were thousands of people right now at home
Just-
that are jealous of you and just elated to see you put up on a berm in Kansas.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you for jinxing me. Yeah. Appreciate that.
listen, I'm going to give you some free advice. If you start up on the berm, just hold it on the boards. You tip yourself over, do something spectacular.
That's true.
Yeah,
Put
just do
myself
something
over?
spectacular.
All right.
Yeah,
Jump the
That's-
berm?
Yeah, it's.
So-
I've done that once. God's honest truth. When we were at Penn Yan that year, the year you and I both ran over there, when I got started pushing up on that wall, I thought, you know what? I'm not going to go through what Decker does, and I just held it on the boards. That's what I.
That was one of the
up and over.
awesomest
That was
wall
crazy.
jumps I ever seen, Brian. That was awesome.
It was
I
total
was
Dukes
going
of
nuts when
Hazzard.
you
And then,
jumped
and
that
then I
wall.
never lifted until I hit the guy behind the driver's door after.
Man, your Magnum was singing that night. Oh man, you sounded good.
There's
I was
Rachel
really
over
nervous
there.
too because that was the first dry shaft that I'd actually built myself and welded.
And it somehow didn't unfold
Yeah,
itself
yeah,
like a fruit roll up.
yeah,
Going over that
I was pretty
barrier.
happy that when I went over that Jersey barrier, it
Did it
held
look like
up.
a
so-
balloon animal when you
No,
got down?
No,
it's still.
I've had some of those. I've
Yeah,
done
it was
that.
still good.
Not the drive shaft. The axles, I think, look like a balloon animal.
Well,
They were
yeah, once I
bouncing
got pinned
the
against
block.
that wall, yeah, I took some
This
shots.
is the beginning of the end there.
Yeah, we'll
But-
get that straightened out someday. Just a matter of time.
Yeah. That gets rough when you get blasted when you're up against a wall or up
Yeah.
against a berm so
That's the
hard or
worst.
something like
There was
that.
there was
Ugh.
4 or
Worst.
5 guys that decided I wasn't going to win that night, and I didn't win that night.
You
so-
weren't going to win that night.
Nope. It's all
Nope. Hey, some days
It
is
worked
your
out great.
day. Some days is your days to take a butt whooping,
Oh, yeah.
and you just have to take it like a man, and
you know what?
build the next day.
And not that I'm any great driver or anything, but that's the first time I'd ever been abused like that.
Oh, you were getting whooped.
Usually I take myself out, like you. I mean, usually just drive
Yes.
too hard and take myself out. But that time, I got in a bad spot, and one guy caught me, and then I was against the wall, and then I took it. But 20 years of Derby, and it's going to happen. So
It's so tough because you'll hear some drivers. I remember that night, and
Oh.
I bet there was a lot of people telling you to wave your hand to stop. But you know what?
Oh, no.
You got to be a man sometimes,
Yeah.
and you got to take it. You got
Oh,
to
yeah.
take your whooping.
Brian
I was flipping people
convinced-
off as they were hitting
I
me.
remember.
Yeah, I was hot.
Yes.
You were
It was
upset.
all
If
happening.
I'd have been 10 years younger, I probably would have went to jail that night.
Yeah.
'Cause I was hot, but I That happens, but what are you gonna do?
Well, you're also against really good drivers.
Yeah,
you know,
there's some good talent there.
there was.
How many of them were bigger than you?
What's that?
No, none of them were bigger than him. No, Brian could have killed them all.
That's usually where I'm at. I'm like, yeah, they're bigger than I am. I'm gonna leave that one alone.
That's me myself. That's myself.
That was the track where Josh Decker got famous, though.
Yes, it was an all-out brawl there. That was the good old days.
So it's Rachel's motor that's in that car, right?
Yes.
And there's we
And
got
her transmission.
we got a
I will not beat on it. I promise.
peek at Rachel when
That's
she was
all right.
standing there off to the side, and she was dying to just go back into the shadows. She didn't want the attention, but it was her motor that was in this, and
Leon's following her around.
yeah.
She can't get away from the TV. You're on TV.
And she's been told to get the car out of here because the autograph session isn't until tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, Chris.
So-
Jerk.
No problem.
Did you get him a rubber stamp? Is he just gonna rubber stamp all this stuff?
No, I
or-
want his hand to be nice and cramped up when he gets in the car to drive it.
All right.
I am not gonna sleep for days.
No, you're not.
Oh
You're
my
actually
god,
not
I'm
sleeping.
excited right now, dude. You know how much I love this place. Thank you,
And
man.
you
I
know what-
can't say thank you enough.
You know what's really funny about it is that's actually the first car we've had where the brakes work really, really well. So you know, if you do start getting pushed, all four brakes
Just hold
work,
them,
and
okay.
it's disc all the way around.
Oh, perfect.
So she will stop.
Perfect. That's awesome.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Definitely.
I'm gonna enjoy watching it getting just junked.
Yeah. So in that bone stock class, are they letting guys run sliders?
Yep.
Lower cradles?
Yep.
Okay. Hard nose and bumpers?
Nope.
No. Okay. So my
Nope.
bumper could come off.
Hopefully not.
Right.
But
I'm gonna put it right up over the stacks.
that's
That'd be
fine.
cool.
That's where I hope it's gonna end.
That's
right
fine.
in front of them.
Yeah,
Without
it's
bending
got-
them.
It's got lower cradle and a slider in it. It's just got a stock 8.8 under it with stock gears, so it will haul ass.
Yes.
I
Yep.
had it out in the yard here a couple of days ago, and I couldn't hardly keep it straight.
Oh,
It was
Sam,
just-
thank you guys so much, man. No, I know. You guys are the greatest, man. I owe all you guys so much, you know.
yeah, it was. I took it out in the backyard and was ripping it around. It'll get with it. It's pretty quick.
I'm sure. I'm
And-
sure, man.
Just stab the brake and it's there.
Nice. Nice.
So,
I'm excited. Super excited.
Yeah. I figured you would be out there. I figured it'd be a good time.
How the hell did you not tell me? I couldn't have kept it from somebody. If I was building so many cars, I would be taking pictures on Facebook all day.
Well, that's just it. Is you wouldn't be building the car. Your crew would be building the car,
Okay.
and then you'd get in trouble by taking pictures. That's why you don't do secret stuff, Josh.
All that's true. Every word of that is accurate. There's a lot of truth. Because Jerry would be burning through the welder and have to keep stopping and say, Josh, stop taking pictures.
Definitely. That happens sometimes.
You're gonna blow it. No, he was sending me pictures. He sent me a video of them just whipping donuts out in front. I'm like,
I
this
missed
is really
all
nice.
that.
He says, is there any way that you can get a roof sign here for it? I said, no way. For you, I do no favors. And then he showed me pictures of the car, and I'm like, that's a good joke.
He was like,
And then, I thought it was.
Are you
I thought it was-
serious?
yeah. Oh, and then his buddy, who's messaged me last night.
Trevor.
Trevor says sends me a picture of it, and I wasn't supposed to tell anybody. So I made Trevor. I straight-faced Trevor through Facebook. I was like, I don't know what that's about. Are you serious? Is this even real? Does he know?
He was like, who's driving that? Trevor was sitting there. I was working underneath a buddy of mine's car, and Trevor was standing right above me. He goes, I thought you told Chris. I was like, I did. He goes, well, he's acting like he doesn't know anything about it.
Oh, Chris just screwing with people's heads like usual.
He goes, I don't know if he's messing with me or if he don't. I don't know what's going on.
That's awesome.
It was pretty funny. Yeah, Trevor was freaking out about it.
That's so cool. That's so awesome.
So as I understand it, we're just about ready to do these heat draws. If I understand things correctly, a few more minutes, we'll get that underway, and we'll run through that first order. There's some compelling matchups for the first round. Now that we saw the cars, some real compelling matchups for what's coming in the first round.
This is really where you start to feel a lot of tension in this room when everyone starts congregating in this area. And you can feel the tension, especially after like the first team gets picked, which let's say it's Kansas or DMV. People get like, because you don't want your name to follow, you know?
Yeah. It gets real quiet.
Yes.
Like eerie quiet in here.
I love the heat draws here. I
We
really
draw
do.
DMP, and then everybody's
Yeah.
hold their breath.
And then when it's not done, they're like, ooh.
It's Team IFD guard, and everybody's like, "That was not us." And then it's pink and black. And they're like, "Oh."
Yep.
It's like,
so true.
So what are we gonna do in the second round? Losers bracket.
Yeah, it's.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, I mean, for the most part, Team IFD was originally Team Guard, and the only thing that's really changed is Jeremy's stepped back because he's busy with the motor business and stuff, and so they brought Dustin in.
2 returning drivers from the original four, but they've got a solid quartet now that have been here for the last 2 years.
Yeah, and I mean, that's I was talking with Bobby earlier, and that's the thing. I mean, you can see how well they work together as a team.
Oh my God,
it's very impressive to watch.
That is a very, very
It's like
well-worked
watching them
team.
herd.
Yes.
It's like watching them herd cattle.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
It is.
Divide and conquer.
It
They
is.
worked us over real well last year.
But
You know what?
how many times have they've been back together, and then times it by the minutes? I mean, the amount of time they have as a team over your team is
Oh,
like
absolutely.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
you
But
know?
that's the thing. I mean, you know what? If you walk away saying, "Hey, I got beat by IFD," what's the big
Yeah.
deal? I mean, who
But
cares?
that's what any of the teams is. I
yes,
mean, in
yeah,
their show.
really,
I mean,
absolutely.
you get beat by any of the teams, and you're like, well, I got beat by so and so. Well,
Yeah,
okay,
it's no big deal.
You know,
Team IFD winning it in 2011, black and white, David Gockel. That crew, Dylan Lane coming away with the win in 2012. It was Lance Pritchett, and E2
what
Sliders
the hell's he
team,
doing now?
coming up with the win in 2013.
Oh,
that's
gotcha.
cool.
Oh, ski shifter.
Thank you. Awesome.
You can
Thank
hang on to that.
Last year it was Team Kansas winning, and then in 2014 it was Underdogs. Underdogs not
Yep.
here this year. Brett
Yep.
Clemens bringing a new baby into the world, so obviously his time commitment has been redistributed, so he's going to be focused on taking care of the family
He's
for a
gonna
little
knock
while
all
before
those
they come
tires
back,
over.
but can't wait to see those guys when they do get back out here to Topeka.
Well, as we were saying about there's no good team to draw.
Oh yeah.
And if you lose to a team, no one looks down on you
Oh,
because
no.
it's like, well, that could have gone either way. Almost
Yeah.
every heat's like, well, that could have gone either way.
Absolutely.
But when you're with and until you're here, you really don't understand it. But the respect level that all these guys have for each other, if a team beats you, it's not even like they're jerks about it.
No.
It's like they
No.
shake your hands like that was a hell of a fight. It was a great,
Oh, yeah.
That's the cool thing is every heat that I've seen here, the guys, they all get out and shake hands
Every
afterwards,
time.
and everyone's happy. It's obviously, I mean, if you finish second in the feature, you're not happy, but you know what I mean. There's
But even when
You always
bad
wanna
stuff
win.
happens, if we go back to last year when Lemminger took that driver door shot, I mean,
Oh,
he
yeah.
was in the car, he was super hot, which we all understand. We would have been
absolutely.
Superman. But even he got out, even with that anger, he got out and shook hands. He shook hands of
Santel,
everyone
same
on
thing
YouTube.
happened with Don Santel.
And when you go to a lot of derbies, you don't get that reaction.
No.
A lot of times you get that
No.
anger and meanness. And
Oh, absolutely.
it's just not tolerated here, and it's looked down upon. You
Yeah,
know? It's like,
yeah.
come on, we're better than that.
Absolutely.
That's what I love about here.
It's like last year when we got beat by IFD. First thing I did was I parked my car out in the barn, and they were all getting out of their cars. I walked right over to them. I was like, damn, guys. I was like, you worked us over. I was like, that was a
Definitely.
good run. you know?
Definitely.
We
Definitely.
tried to do our best to work on Bobby's wagon, but it didn't
And they
work
shook
so
your
well.
hand and said, "Keep trying, young man."
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Do it better next year, homie.
That's it. That's exactly it, though.
Well, I mean, that's all you can do. I mean, you just come back and you keep working at it, and sooner or later, I mean, you're going to gain the experience, and it's But I mean, that's the thing is, I mean, the best drivers, really, the best drivers in America, pretty much are here on
Yeah.
different teams. You know what I mean? So
And I
it's-
think the build qualities are so close together. Like
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of guys are really close to it. They're all great cars.
Yeah.
So when a guy gets beat, it wasn't by a long shot. It was
No.
just like, oh, he forgot to do this, or this guy
Yeah.
did this a little bit better.
Yeah.
The quality sometimes, or the cleanness of things, is that little bit that gets people in the winner's circle here.
Oh, absolutely.
So let's go back to something real quick that Jake just said. He said, "Try again," or "Better luck next time, homie." Is that
Yeah.
what you said? That had to be Ryan Durham.
No.
That had to be.
This
Ryan
is some
Durham's the only
shit-
guy on that team who's going to use the word homie.
That's some stuff we use around our shop. It's just it's one of our buddies, Justin, actually, is the one that started me on that crap.
No, you're so right.
No, I just gotta.
You sound like you're a big gangster. Josh Decker's a big gangster
I'm a
himself.
gangster myself. Yes, this French.
From Whitney Point, New
Oh.
York.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Compton Point, Josh Decker.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Like if we had to call who, because they don't have a.
Don't even try.
No. What I want to say is, like, when you go into like March Madness, they have a team
Oh,
that
yeah.
is ranked as number one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here, there's no ranked number one.
Nope.
So who would we say is ranked number one? Do you call the defending champions? Do you call
The defending
IFD?
champions are bringing 3 new drivers onto the team.
Right. So so then is IFD the number one team here because we know it's all 4 of them back and they were
Bang Bang
one
finished-
shot away from.
Bang Bang finished last year I mean, literally milliseconds apart. They come back as a complete unit. They've already shown that they can run the show. They
Yep.
got to commit as number 1 seed.
I kind of agree with you. I agree with you.
That
'Cause
never
bringing
happens.
in new I know, because I don't like it. But a lot of when you bring in new drivers, like Jake was saying earlier, it totally changes the atmosphere. Because
Sure.
you pull a team that's got Brockway on it, and you're like, oh damn.
Yeah.
And those guys, dude, they're not even pointing. If you watch that team run, okay, it's not even like they're pointing to each other. Those guys are reading each other's minds.
Oh, yeah.
They're reading each other's minds, right?
Yeah.
They know where they're going. They know who's holding. They know, I
Yeah.
mean, it's amazing to watch.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
That's a team that every time it pulls on a track, I just I stare, I watch, I learn.
So do I.
Yeah.
Oh,
seriously.
No, you
I
got
was
it.
running against them.
Seriously.
I'm like, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
How are these
Yeah.
guys doing this? It's fun. I mean, that's like you said. You learn every time you come
Oh,
out,
absolutely.
especially to a big show like this. Last year, I learned a ton. I
Yep.
learned more last year, and I've told a lot of people this. I learned more last year of the way our cars bent
Mm.
in one show than I had in probably 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, just
absolutely.
our two cars, both of our cars bent almost the exact same way. They were built similar. One was an old iron, one was a Lincoln,
Mhm.
but they bent the exact same way, running against the same caliber of cars.
Yep.
I learned more in that 45 minutes
Yep.
on the track than I had in 4 years.
I'm not.
That's awesome.
I'm not even hunting laughs on this either. Trying to get you to laugh, but Josh was walking around looking at the Cadillacs that we saw out back, and so many of them. The thing that you learn walking away from it is, I don't want to do that much work.
That's exactly what I said to Steve
Absolutely.
Sayopa. He's like, what are you learning down there? I'm learning I don't want to build this much.
Yeah.
Because the amount of welds and this connected to that's connected to that, and you can see what they're thinking in their brain. If I connect this to this to this, you see the progression. There's a lot of brain work in there, and
Oh,
then you
yeah.
got to do the work. You
Oh,
know? Oh my gosh.
I mean, we've talked about hardening lines before, and we've talked about the creasing of the body, and we've talked about that exotic bend to the arches that we saw on Brent Clemens' car last year. Last time we were here in Topeka, they've gone outside the box like crazy with hardening lines, and what they're using with thin little pieces of metal that they cut and they're welding onto the sides of stuff just to almost. It's not a gusset; it's really just something else that you have to bend, and it's getting through.
What you're seeing is, over the last few years, these guys push the rule limits to where they are now. Now this year, they're pushing those limits one more time. Now they're adding, let's say you got away with something last year. Now you're trying to get away with it and add one more thing to it. If
Yeah.
you got a plate on the side of the frame, now they're trying to add these extra little, or they're trying to bend it to get a crease in it, or just the next step.
Yeah.
And Sam Williams and I were saying today, where's the progression stop?
Yeah.
Are we close to it?
It doesn't. It
No,
doesn't
are we
stop.
close to it, or is
No.
it forever? No, you
No.
think so? Forever.
No.
Yeah, just forever something new comes out, and the next theory comes out.
Unless they just make it to where, I mean, even then, I mean, even if you just make it like outlaw cars, each year the outlaw cars get
Dumber
that
and
much
dumber.
harder
Yeah.
and
Oh,
harder
absolutely.
and harder and
They do.
harder.
They
Absolutely.
get
Like
so
the-
dumb hard.
Like the poor guy that kept busting the spindles off. Last year he had that fixed.
Yeah,
know
on
if you
that
guys-
diamond plate one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw what was under the front of it, but he had like a semi-front axle underneath the
I
front. of
heard
that
it was
car.
like out of an airplane or something, right?
Wow,
Were
I
they telling
didn't
us
hear.
it was?
I don't know. It was.
It was
No,
something
the
crazy.
spindles were made out of aircraft grade materials,
Oh,
and then
maybe
and
that's
then
what it was.
it had a straight axle of some sort. I remember what you're talking about, but I
Yeah.
don't remember the details. But I
saw
mean,
him
you're
rolling
talking
by.
about what the limit is and what the top is going to be. Look at Sean Gokenauer's car. He's been welding on this car for 2 years, and it still isn't beyond the rules that he's got at his hometown fall show.
I don't know. It just gets. I don't
Front
know.
leafs.
Yeah,
on-
front leaves on a straight axle on a '62 Merc wagon. Yeah, that's crazy.
with a
That's
with
crazy.
a,
Another
with a
guy did
Galaxy
that to a
frame, an
Camaro.
O2 front stub, and a K-frame from Imperial stuffed up inside it.
Oh, it's just too much, man.
I just- gas
I'd
tank.
rather have the cars bend than my body bend.
Yeah,
I
me
think that's
too.
where it gets to me.
But that's where we come from, Brian. Like we enjoy watching bumpers at our stacks.
Oh, absolutely.
These guys they cringe at that.
Yeah.
They don't like
I
that.
don't like seeing my hood crinkle.
Really?
No.
Oh man, I'm not
When
hitting
I
hard
see my
enough
hood
until that
crinkle,
happens.
when I see my hood crinkle, I'm like, uh-oh, something went bad. I mean, immediately, I'm like, uh-oh, that's not good.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we don't have that problem.
No, I just want that bumper so I can see it.
Yeah, that goes right out the window.
That's awesome.
Yeah, not me. I don't like seeing the things crinkle.
And it's so funny if you listen to what he's saying compared to us, right? Now let's say we're going to go to the same derby.
Oh, yeah.
here's his thought process when he buys the car compared to my thought process. You know,
Yep.
it's interesting as you get throughout the country how people even start the
Oh,
car.
yeah.
He's saying like, I don't want that front to bend. I'd be saying like, well, we know we're not hitting hard enough until it starts to bend.
No doubt.
Well,
No doubt.
I want to be able to hit as hard as you guys are and just not have it bend.
Never happens for us.
Yeah,
Nah,
never.
Not our rules.
No.
That's a leaf sprung front Camaro.
Holy cow.
What the heck?
Leon's up here
Holy.
laughing.
Let's just pass this
Leon's
down the
laughing 'cause he
line.
knows what it is.
Holy cow.
That is insane.
That's like an 80 style?
No, it's like a 76.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It's a outlaw Camaro. Compact car.
Oh, no.
Full floater in the back.
That's so
Small block
nasty.
Chevy.
Oh, my God.
It was.
That's
I
nasty.
actually helped the guys inspect the show that car ran at, and I kind of warned them that it was coming. And he showed up with it. And they just started laughing. They're like, "Oh, you've got to be kidding me!"
And how'd he do?
He took third with it. Actually, he got beat by a front wheel driver,
Ugh.
which there wasn't no beating a front wheel driver.
Nah.
That
They're so
thing's
mobile.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was the biggest thing is he had so much. I mean that Camaro, it was so hard to turn because they ran them little bitty front tires on it and stuff. It was so hard to turn. I mean he was giving it everything he had, but that front wheel driver was just like
Yeah. Driving
just
around him.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
driving circles around him.
Yeah, I can see that. I can so see that.
On the topic of the front wheel drives right there, you were just hitting on something that we've watched develop over the last 2 years. Randy Maslowski winning in the compacts back-to-back years. Now he moves into the bone stock class. What are his likely chances of winning a third year in a row here at Blizzard Bash?
Who's that?
Randy.
Randy.
Oh, you know,
Lot of pressure on him, man.
he's
Who's
in a
that?
Caprice. Randy Maslowski from Minnesota. He's got, what is it, like 85 Caprice?
Yeah, something like
I don't know.
that.
The fronts of them are pretty nasty.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're tough. They are tough in the front.
What class is he in?
Yours.
Yes. I gotta find him. Awesome. I'll run with Randy. I'm gonna smoke that Chevy Impala. At the end though. Unless he turns that back to me, I swear to God, if I see the back of that out, I'm gonna eat Randy's back. I hope there's a bunch of flatback GM wagons out there.
Isn't that the best? Is there anything
Oh,
better
my
than
mouth
hitting one of
waters
them?
on those.
And if you're in like an Imperial or something, that you know,
Oh.
because that used to happen back in the day.
Yes,
You'd
it
get on the
did.
track with those cars.
There's nothing
and
better
you
than
would
hitting the
giggle.
back of a
You would
squareback
giggle the
wagon.
whole way there.
Oh, just watching the guy's neck snap. Oh, it's great. You know, that's the best feeling.
You're such a humanitarian.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah, I don't really like many people, so it's no big deal.
Who's going over the ramps now?
That's a good question.
I'm not sure.
Green and
It's-
black.
Yeah.
Black and green. That looked like that might be one of the Team Toast, Team Monroe cars. That looked very similar to Luke Johnson's car that went through earlier.
Yeah, you can tell it's like getting close. Everyone's congregating in
Everybody's
front of us.
bringing
You
it in.
know, it's.
Yeah.
I'll have to get Brian to steal us a
I
whole
was gonna say,
box. like
Josh, I
last
thought
year.
you were getting one delivered to us.
No.
You are
Remember
Josh
last year you
Decker.
stole the box. It was awesome.
Everybody's that.
Yeah, hey, everyone else did it. Everyone else robbed the bank.
Exactly.
Sam just came wandering back through with a whole handful of envelopes, which is a
Good sign.
that business is about to pick up
Good
Where's
sign.
that? Oh, there he is.
You want him to jump in here?
if he wants to.
Sam, you want to jump in here? Yeah.
Go for
No,
it,
stay
man.
right-
Sam, you can come down here and sit.
Why is it when the boss comes to sit down,
Everybody wants to leave.
everybody's ready to give up their seat?
Josh is going to go over and drill over his car. He is so excited.
Go my ear. Yeah. Here, let's see. Take that off a second. Take it off a second. Try wearing it that way. That'll fit nicely now.
Ah, look at that. Tell you what, Chris, you take care of everybody, buddy.
I work with Josh Decker. I've learned to take care of people.
Well, guess what I got?
You got a lot of envelopes right there.
I got lots of envelopes.
Do we even know what name's in what one yet?
I don't even care.
Oh.
All we got is we got all the national teams are, I don't remember if they're pink or orange, or in the orange tagged ones.
Okay.
So there's a little mark, and all the pink ones are qualifying.
Awesome.
So outside of that, I know nothing, nor do I care.
You know, we were talking earlier about the quality of build for the national team, and it used to be a little bit of a, you know, okay, so this is a qualifying team coming through. You can kind of tell by visual. Those days are gone.
Absolutely. It's kind of, you know, like we talked about that in the years past, you'd see the qualifying team who got bumped up, and you could kind of tell it, and that's definitely not a shot at anybody. It's just a little bit different build. But I'm telling you what, this year, one of the first teams we did was the qualifying winners from last year, and they will be a contender.
Oh, absolutely.
It is pretty awesome Cadillacs, and they're ready in there, and it's going to be pretty awesome.
There's a lot of Cadillacs.
The Cadillacs are looking nasty this year.
Tell you what, there's some nasty Fords. I don't know. It's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, I got you know, Chris doesn't let us touch the equipment, so I was out walking around looking at cars and stuff, and I'm glad we don't have to wait the extra day, because usually we get here a little earlier, but now tomorrow's, it's going to go slow enough, but man, I can't wait to start seeing the action. This is going to be just intense.
The track is brutal.
I haven't been out yet. I got to go out and check the track out.
It is one of those that you look at it and go, oh, that's going to hurt. It is 5 foot straight down. In fact, I don't know how the officials are going to get down on the track. It is straight down.
That's awesome.
Look up photos.
Usually Mr. Decker's in here when they take
I
pictures.
know.
So.
It is. This,
I'm definitely no Mr. Hollywood.
he's gonna complain. He's definitely gonna complain.
This is for fun.
Does you want a headset?
You want a headset? You want to talk? Do you?
You wanna
Okay.
talk?
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to put this on you.
It's perfect, just like that.
Okay, you're going to go around your head. This one here is going to go over your ear. That one there is going to go over your ear.
All right. You're on.
You're live.
You're live.
I'm live?
Yeah.
You're live. Just like that.
What are you supposed to say out here?
Anything. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. These people are pretty crazy out here.
What do you think of the cars?
Is this what they do for a living?
I don't think one person in here does this for a living.
It's just a hobby?
It's just a hobby and for
All
fun.
right. That's awesome.
It might
trying
be
to think,
beyond
is
a
it-
hobby, though. It might be like a obsession. I mean, if you really look at it, I think it's
Definitely
gone,
an obsession.
It's gone beyond hobby. I think it's obsession.
Some of those guys in Utah that came out of Utah could probably do it as a
Oh,
as,
yeah.
as,
If you're
as a
traveling
living.
that far, it's definitely an obsession.
Yeah, that's crazy. So Sam, have you let Christopher out of the closet yet, or are you still slipping food underneath him? You know,
Have I done what yet?
Have you let Christopher out of the closet yet after his the whooping the Ohio State put on Nebraska?
I tell you what, the nice thing is I haven't been around him since the game. So as long as I don't have to be around him, I don't have to hear about it.
Now
So
this is the question though. If a few years down the road he gets a scholarship to wrestle Ohio State, then you're going to be an Ohio State fan, correct?
for wrestling, yes.
Oh, okay.
For football, maybe not.
How did you guys travel to get here?
Yeah, we came from New York. We left at 6 o'clock this morning and got here 3. I think we pulled into the hotel.
I don't know.
Is your family here? Is that why
No,
you're here?
just us.
What
No,
are you guys
just
doing
us.
out here?
Just we're
This is
here.
what we
This is
do.
it.
Just
This is us.
watching?
Yep,
No,
they-
we travel all over the country and do this. We'll do our podcast down here for the heat draws, and then we'll go up into the booth and we'll do the live commentary. We'll work with DerbyNation.tv for the weekend, and then we've got our own stuff with Crash Course that we go all over the place. We've been in Minnesota, Virginia, Utah, Pennsylvania, Ohio, New York, Kansas. We come to Kansas a lot more than I ever thought that I would.
Just to do this?
Just to do derbies.
to do
Yep,
this.
Just to do what we're doing.
This is it.
That's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
And people watch this live?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lots of
Alright.
people watch
Thousands
this
of
live.
people watch this live.
Yes.
All
So what are you doing out here?
I'm in a calendar. And
You're
so
in the calendar.
I'm in the calendar.
That's
so I'm
where we're
signing
at.
things for the calendar.
Sweet.
All right.
Perfect.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Hey, Bert, hop in there,
Cool.
buddy.
This is the guy that's making all this possible.
Around this way. Goes right over top of your ears there, bud.
Well, we're trying.
Right there.
With the Prairie Band, we do a lot of promotion constantly, and this
There
is
you go.
great. This is a great thing to have for the city of Topeka, for the Northeast Kansas. So we offer to have it every year, and Sam grabbed me last year, and I really, really enjoyed everything. And I think it's a good event. We offer the drivers special promotions. We offer anybody who comes in 21 years or older, take their ticket up to Prairie Band. We this weekend we'll give them $20 in Prairie Cash, which is free play. If they're a new player, they're also going to get another $25. So it's a good start, at least, for them to have some fun.
No, I tell you what, we couldn't do this event without Prairie Band Casino, and they've been our title sponsor for the last couple of years. And Bert, we sure appreciate all you guys do for our sport, for
pleasure.
us here in Topeka. So we really
So-
appreciate it.
Brian was very intrigued. We were on our way here.
Oh,
and we
boy.
saw
boy.
a couple banners and advertisements for Prairie Band talking about the gambling activities and the bands and everything. But there was
Oh,
was it
boy.
the Three Flames Smokehouse or what was the
Three Fire Smoke.
Three Fire Smokehouse? That got his attention.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
he's already making plans, and he just texted me a second ago and told Sam to hurry up with the heat draws.
It's time to head to Prairie Band.
Yep, exactly. Hopefully,
I'm
we'll,
not
hopefully we'll
against
have some
that.
people out here right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We're going to do our
Absolutely.
heat draw, then we're going to tell everybody to head that direction.
Is the kitchen open 24 hours just like the casino?
No, the Buffalo Grill will be open 24 hours though.
It will.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's the answer we were looking for there. And how far is Prairie Band from here?
About 20 minutes, 15
20
minutes.
Not bad at all.
15 minutes.
That
20
means
minutes.
Ben can do it in about 5.
Yes.
We'll be golden.
It's an easy drive. It's just right up the highway.
Everything out here is easy because it's so flat. You
Everything
have
is
visual
easy.
on what you're looking at.
Absolutely. You actually go 20 miles in 15 minutes. Back where you guys are, it's a little bit backwards. Well, guys, I'm going to jump off real quick. I'm going to get
Sometimes.
ready for the heat draw. I'm going to get
Right
these
on.
cars shut down so we can actually hear
Absolutely.
what we're doing.
All right.
And
Sounds
we'll
good
get
to me.
going here. So.
All right, guys.
Very
thank you very
good.
much.
Thank you for your support, sir.
Awesome. Always good to talk with those guys.
Absolutely.
Get that shut off. Conserve batteries. We got to make a trip to whatever local Walmart or equivalent they have and stock up on double A's. It's the one thing that I didn't bring. And by the way, it's double A's.
Double A's.
B's, not triple A's, which we learned in Utah.
Okay.
So mistakenly, when we went to a gas station, bought them out of triple A's, and we needed doubles when the battery started to die.
Well, and you went home and had batteries for your kids' toys, so it all worked out in the end.
I threw them on the track
Because you were that
threw 'em.
angry.
Throw 'em. Yep. So they're gonna get the car shut down here in a little bit. We're gonna try and monitor everything as close as possible. Shout out to the folks in Ohio, Nick King. He was able to fix his own internet.
Awesome.
Self-tech support. Always love that.
Absolutely.
So seriously, how excited are you about Saturday? We don't have to put up with Josh's nonsense in the booth for an entire day.
That's pretty terrific.
10 minutes away from the heat draw, and we'll get them on. Is the Hammer Eric Moulet over there? We'll get Eric in, talk with him for a few minutes. After his run last year, it goes right over the top of your ear. So Eric coming and hanging out with us here for a few minutes.
feels good to sit down.
Everything must have been pretty smooth for tech inspection over there.
Yeah, it was pretty easy. I'm gonna say I'm underbuilt.
That's not good to hear.
First off, that's probably a lie. Second, easy makes me nervous.
How excited are you to test out the new guard motor?
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
I'd actually, before we talked the other night, Jeremy said he had a couple new motors, and
Yeah.
he was looking forward to see how they ran. So
Yeah, I sent an engine back to get reworked, and he worked on it for a while, and he calls me up and he says, you know what, I think I want to build you something different. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever, man.
absolutely, absolutely.
Just send it to me when you're done. And yeah, so here it is.
Now, from the most of the guys I've talked to, I'd say you opened a lot of people's eyes last year with your Cadillac. I think that was probably one of the biggest topics I think we heard was how tough your Cadillac was last year.
Wow,
do you-
cool.
Do you feel as secure this year with this one as you did
Oh
last
yeah,
year?
yeah, I feel good about it. Yeah,
Good.
even without the dash bar kicker.
Good.
Although I wish I could have it.
Yeah. There was a lot of guys. You were definitely a big topic of a lot of people I heard talking last year. They were very impressed with how tough the front of that caddy was.
I liked it.
Yeah, you shortened a lot of Fords with the front of that. A lot of Fords.
So.
Yeah, you shortened a lot of Fords with that. That was pretty cool.
You just hope it all works out again this year. I mean, Jesus, like team draws.
That's going to be a big part of it.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I mean, it really doesn't matter. I mean,
you're right.
None of them suck.
No,
there's not. Oh, I want to draw them. Oh,
yeah,
that ain't there.
No, that's definitely not that way.
It's your team and 15 others that you hope you don't draw.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I can't draw myself, so that would be cool.
You're not going to get a bye.
No, not
there's no easy path. You know, you guys are coming in as the winners of the qualifying bracket. You've won your way in. Now you've got your spot. How different was the preparation this time around?
It was actually, for me, it was an easier build this year because of all the things that we did last year. We're not allowed to do any of that stuff in California. They're completely all against it. So this year, I knew what to do. I had the stuff. I knew this. So like throughout the year, like 5-inch washers. Okay, you know, believe it or not, it's raining outside, which it never does. So we're going to make a bunch of 5-inch washers today.
That's
Go
cool.
in the shop, make washers. So I kind of prepped throughout the year to build a car.
What do you use to make your washers?
What do you mean? A torch?
Half-inch?
No, it's just, quarter-inch, whatever we're supposed to have. Quarter-inch. I think it's quarter-inch.
That's what
Pretty
you
sure
tell
it
us. That's what you tell us.
That's what,
So I understand that Chiver's car was a little heavy for the lift.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Did you ever go look at it? You
I never got
a chance
out
to
of
go
this
over there.
building. We ended up in there. We'll see it at some point.
Which is it's over there right now. It's a typical build for him.
Typical.
I mean, when you hit a Shivers cage, it makes a distinct sound. It's like hitting a gong. Because I've hit the guy, and I remember the first time I hit him, it was just, what the hell is that?
That's awesome.
And you bounce off.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's terrific. Is he in a Cadillac also, or?
No, he's got a Buick Riviera.
Oh, okay.
He bent my cage the first derby that he was there. It was like my 4th derby ever.
Wow.
And he bent my cage. He drilled me, bent my cage, and I'm like, dude, you bent my cage. He says, you need to build a better cage. and he was
awesome.
right, and I started building a better cage.
That's awesome.
Do you want your cage bent? Do better. End of
Yeah.
discussion.
Exactly.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
And he's the only Riviera in your team, right?
No. Him and Mitch.
Oh, Mitch did a
Mitch
Riviera
Carlson,
too.
he's got a Riviera.
I thought all this time he had a Buick.
Yeah, he's got Mitch
full-size
Mitch and Shivers have Buicks, and me and Chris have Caddies. I shipped Mitch the Buick, picked it up for $500 in West Covina, drove, ran, spotless.
West Covina sounds like a very nice place to live.
Yeah, probably.
It might not be, but
It's not a bad place.
I just like the idea of driving an old iron for $500.
$500, and it ran.
That's
Yeah,
How
it
far
was
is-
actually still registered. The registration's probably expired for like 9 months now on the car.
the last time Brian had something like that, it was the 1990s, and he was listening to Soundgarden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's definitely true. That's definitely true. Well, we've
Soundgarden.
talked with Troy Tagg a bunch of times, and he's like, if you guys can find a way, I'll sell you cars for what I have into them. And I was just like, that would be terrific. And Josh and Chris haven't found a way yet, so it hasn't happened.
Yeah, he comes across a lot of cars. That guy.
Yeah, Troy finds a lot of stuff.
I see him. I just don't. Lately, I've seen a bunch lately, and I haven't had a chance to go get them. I just pass. I quit actually shopping for cars because it just irritated me that I couldn't go get every one that I saw.
That's insane. How many derbies have you ran this year so far?
3, 4, maybe.
And they're all in California, or have you tripped?
Yeah.
So
all
I
in
mean, it's
California.
pretty light builds.
I don't go to Utah anymore.
How's the wrist feeling?
I'm going to start doing physical therapy after this derby.
Because you're going to injure it again?
No, it's still messed up from when I broke it. I have
Wow.
tendonitis so bad in it, and I haven't had a chance to stop working on cars. But I got a 14-day fishing trip coming up in January, and I have to have it good for that.
Got to be ready to fish.
How's
You got
fishing been?
I haven't really been fishing that much.
Haven't been able to.
No, just
It's terrible with
just
the
little
derby
ocean
cars.
fishing here, there. You know.
Just a little ocean fishing, just
Here and
just
there.
just the knick-knacky stuff, nothing major.
Yeah.
Well, it's like us going to fish in Seneca Lake.
I
No
don't
biggie.
think that's anything close to the same.
Well, in
Not at
theory,
all.
is it's home for him and that's home for us. It's
Right.
His home
fishing.
is far more appealing.
Well, I don't know about all that. I mean, Seneca County is pretty nice. I mean, we got the one of the biggest dumps in America in Seneca County. How can you beat that?
You drive a hard bargain.
See, I mean,
West coast of California, finding $500 registered driver old iron
yeah.
versus Seneca County with one of America's largest dumps.
I
Boy,
mean, how can you beat it?
that's apples to apples all day. Apples
day.
to apples.
Yeah.
All day. Do you know these people? We can get security.
That's Kirby. That's my ride right there. He drove the car out. Him and his brother, and number 5 over there. He did, and that kid right there with the hat on.
There's a bunch
Those
of them.
guys.
So you drove out this year.
No, I flew.
You flew?
He flew in the car drove.
Yeah, those 4 guys hauled the car out.
How many hours?
27 hours straight drive.
Oh,
good God.
Hammer down 75 miles an hour. Burning fuel. 10 miles to the gallon they were friggin' pushing. Burning dinosaurs. Pushing them right out the trunk there.
That is terrific.
Yeah. There's no way I could do that. I'm too old.
I wouldn't ever want to do that. I don't think I would want to do that when I was 20. That's a
I
long
wouldn't do that.
drive.
It is a long drive.
I mean, we did 10 hours a day. That gets
I'll do
pretty
10
long.
hours a day, no problem. I mean, if I go pick up a car, it's at least 10, 12 hours. I
We
mean,
did-
if a car is going to be at least 5.5 hours away.
The-
So I'll go pick it up,
the
trailer
last-
it, come home.
The last 10-hour drive we did a derby until 4:30 in the morning, packed all our stuff up, and we were on the
No.
road at 5. Yeah. And
that
drove
wasn't
home.
10 hours. It was more than 10 hours out there. It was more than 10 hours to Owenton.
I think it was 10.
You think so?
I think it was
thought
10.
It was more than that.
No, I think it was 10.
One of those
Uh-oh,
trips
we're
to
getting ready.
one of
Yeah.
those trips across to Ohio for
Yippee-ki-yay.
Blizzard Bash was 10 hours. Well, Sam Williams is about to climb atop the hood of the Deckermobile, the stock class entry that was built by Jake and Rachel Razorek for Josh to drive in the stock class coming up on Saturday. And high atop that hood, Sam Williams will be perched with a microphone. He'll address the crowd quickly, and we will move into the heat draws. Tech inspection has been shut down for the interim, and we'll pretty much after heat draws wrap up, we'll be wrapping up and start moving all of our stuff up to our weekend home high atop Landon Arena in the Kansas Expo Center. So watching closely for the high sign from our chief tech guy, Leon, who's now blocking the camera. There's Leon. I called him our head tech guy, but not to be confused. He's got nothing to do with car inspection. It's all in band-aiding our dilapidated equipment together. He's going to be driving these beautiful pieces.
I can't wait to
Crash
watch
Course
that.
RCs on Friday.
I cannot wait to watch that.
Ended up with 13 of the 16 spots filled.
That's awesome.
We've got over $1,500 to pay out.
That is terrific.
It's going to be fun.
There's V8 derbies at home that don't pay that.
I know that. That's exciting.
This one feels overbuilt.
It is. It is. It's what they call that cheated.
Really?
Yeah.
Ohio
he's going to have to
style.
cut. Well, I've already
He's gonna
told
have
him a
to
couple
cut.
times. He's going to have to cut.
He'd take out the tin snips and just
Yeah.
go to town.
I told him if he didn't cut it, I was going to get out a Dremel tool with a cutter blade on it, and I'll fix it for him.
That's funny.
Hey, wait a minute. Didn't you have a car get trailered here last year because you overbuilt?
Yeah.
All right, I was just checking.
I had a wagon that was built like Bobby Whitaker's wagon,
Yeah.
and I got loaded with it. It was overbuilt.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
My Earthly car couldn't run. These are all built like Ford Aluminas.
Yeah, I see that. You got a pen and a paper to write down?
I got it
your-
right here in front of us. Looks like we're about ready to go. Sam Williams. Ha. He's just saying thank you. So Sam interrupted briefly. just like that.
All right. Again, thank you everybody for coming to Blizzard Bash 2016. Again, we say it every time how much we appreciate everybody coming. But I'll tell you what, this place is going to be full for us Saturday night. It's not because of anything we're doing, it's not because of anything this ring did. It's because of how hard you guys drive and the show that you must put on. So again, at the end of the day, we couldn't do any of this without you. I want to introduce a couple people that we couldn't do this without. We got Bert here from Hurricane Casino. He is our title sponsor and has been for the last couple of years. We have been a title sponsor for the Galveston City County and for Blizzard Bash. So Bert wants to say a big thanks to you guys. And Bert, thank you so much for doing that today.
Yep, we got you. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's $100 in free money. $100 in free money. That's not bad at all. So big show support from Prairie Band. Looking forward to years to come, which is a great vote. As Sam Williams now with the microphone back, ready to move into quick driver's meeting. So that is the gentleman from Prairie Band that is making his way off into the shadows again. Just a quiet guy, unassuming.
So I told Tori she really didn't have a choice, but she's our event coordinator. And so we got her out of the head office up here. So she wants to say a few words, you guys, on behalf of Kansas Expo Center, SFP Management, and Topeka.
Well, lucky me for being the one picked by Sam. But on behalf of the Kansas Expo Center, I just want to say thank you guys all for coming to the Expo Center and to Topeka in general. Such people welcome. I just want to say we appreciate you guys are the #1 economic impact for Topeka. Your event, which is absolutely awesome.
Number one impact for the city of Topeka is Blizzard Bash. How about that?
That's terrific.
Number one impact. You can't go wrong there. Awesome.
Absolutely not. That's terrific.
Tori can't go far, I don't think. She's now disappearing. Tori's trying to run away. I thought she was picking the team envelopes.
They are our official marketing company for Blizzard Derby, Blizzard Bash, Capital City Carnage, everything. What they've done is they have built a calendar. It is a Blizzard Bash calendar. Yes, it is PG-13. Can't be seen by most children, assuming, but it is. This calendar, they're $15. They're for sale over here. They'll be in the arena being sold throughout the event and all of that. He's going to give us a little demonstration of what one person's look like. There you go. So, nice job, Banner. You're doing great. Perfect. Alright. So, those will be for sale. Again, they're all Blizzard Bash. All of our sponsors are in them. They are made just for this event. Another thing that we have is the programs. The programs have got every driver's name in them, every bracket, every sponsor, the agenda, maps of the facility. Anything you want to know about Blizzard Bash, it is in this agenda.
You're not going to hear Sam any more than what you got. It's as best as it's going to get. Thanks for the messages, but it's best it's going to go.
Free, everyone else they're $5. So again, thank you. And again, a portion of both of these is going to the Emily benefit. So those are those two things. We're going to discuss the Emily benefit for a second. Ultimate Derby and Alec Coleman Marketing have teamed up to bring the Emily Indy benefit. For those of you that don't know, Emily Barnes, wife of CJ Barnes, who runs our BMP, has struggled with Indy for the last quite a few years. We are raising money, we've been raising money to get her treatments.
So Sam now talking about the raffles and benefits that are working on trying to raise funds to treat Emily Barnes, CJ Barnes' wife. She's got a disease that needs to be treated. There's a special treatment that they send her to in Mexico, but it is needed annually. So he's addressing that, and we'll be moving into those heat draws here just a little bit. And thankfully, the treatments are working for Emily, which is a good sign, and which is good. And ironically, she's excited about being able to feel muscle pain, which is not a twist of fate, but nonetheless, it's something she hasn't been able to feel in quite a long time. So that's cool.
Step forward.
Second prize is a full IFB cradle, which we will have in here in just a little bit. We got to go get that at Dustin's pickup. So Jordan Ingram, we can't thank you enough for the cradle, and that is 100% donated to that benefit. The second one will be primary owner's cash to be used at Speedway Motorsports. So again, those are our three deals. Thank you for everybody who gave to those benefits. And again, how the Emily Ingram works is in the state of Kansas, in order to have this happen 100% legally, it has to run through a nonprofit organization. SLI is a local nonprofit organization here in Topeka. We're not real company. We did our research to make sure that we're working with somebody who will work with raffle. So they will be taking 20% of this raffle to stay here in Topeka.
So 20% of the raffle are going to stay here in Topeka, explaining with transparency how this raffle actually works. The rest of the money goes to the into basically a holding account that will be sent right to the hospital. So no money is actually in anybody else's hands, just to keep the appearance of impropriety out of the mix. 50-50 raffle is being done as well. So kind of neat that they're doing that. The nonprofit is doing a 50-50 raffle. I don't know if have they done 50-50s here in years past? I don't think they did.
Know of.
And 50-50, if you're not familiar with it, most people on racetracks are. You know, if you raise $20,000, if you raise $20,000, $10,000 goes home with you. The rest of the money is going to go back to Emily as well. Sam's obviously available for more questions. We don't have all the details specifically on how that's going to play out. Obviously, it's something that we're going to be talking with him more about as we go through the weekend, because they are working very, very hard with that Team Emily program with CJ Barnes' wife, Emily. Raffling off the trailer, too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, trailer's the first prize, and then an IFD, full IFD cradle, and then $500 cash to be spent at Speedway Motors.
Now tomorrow night is going to go. We're going to run qualifying. Heats 1 through 7. 1 through 7. And then we will come right back to the national teams right after that. Heats 1 through 8. In between the two.
All right, so now we're going to be able to get some stuff to talk about. How about that? The vendor area is going to be open to general admission. So if you've got just a pass to the grandstand, you can get in the vendor area. That was one of the biggest complaints the last couple of years, is that people that are just coming to hang out don't have the ability to get to the vendors area, which they want to, because the more people in the vendors area, the vendors want this too. More people in the vendors area, that's more money being spent.
Absolutely.
No question asked. They want anything. They want that to happen. There's everybody is tired of listening. Qualifying teams are going to, here we go. How do we fix this? Odd number of teams in the qualifying bracket. They're drawing in a bye. Wow. So you go to the next round fresh, but you have no plates.
Wow.
You don't. So what a game changer that is.
Wow.
Here's my caveat. If a team does not pass inspection, the team has to be bumped up to the national. Doesn't show up for whatever reason, screws up my bracket. What we will do is the bye team will bump right into the team spot that did not show.
Oh.
That makes sense to everybody?
So they're.
If you don't have 15 show up, we will bump up. If for whatever reason I do not have 2 show up, we will redraw them all night.
So they're going to have to redraw again if there's 2 teams that don't appear. So even more challenging. Another twist, a way to stay ahead of the curve. So that, man, can you imagine the head games and some of the work and worry?
Crazy. Crazy.
As of right now, we have 15 teams.
15 teams for the qualifying bracket. And here we go. We're about ready to start picking teams. Qualifying teams are going to get selected first. They were all marked with a particular color on the envelope. They were sorted in his hand. And he's up there on the hood of the car.
Before we do that, I'm going to do one quick thing. Drivers, when we get done here, Candace has got a whole stack of repair plate rules. Okay? There is a
Repair plate rules. New rules for the repair plates.
I guess we knew that was probably going to happen eventually.
Yeah. It used to be basically whatever as long as you don't cut it or roll it. There's a good look at the sweatshirt. New apparel looks awesome for Blizzard Bash. Mark Klein and Derby Tees did a great job getting that stuff together. And Blizzard Bash logos on the back, and the drivers are going to have their name and their number on the chest. How cool is that? This logo is awesome on the back. Criticize me when you reach my level. Meanwhile, admire me.
Wow.
That great or what?
That's awesome.
Team drivers are all walking away with the sweatshirt sizes. Pretty cool. So couple wild cards here through this drivers meeting as we hear the change for the qualifying bracket and now the reprinted rules to clarify everything for the fix-it plates. If you draw a bye, it's not necessarily in your favor in
No,
that qualifying bracket.
definitely not.
Knowing that you've got to go into the second round against the cars with plates. I mean, let's face it. Somebody gets a 2-minute heat. They don't hurt the car.
Yeah.
They get their plates. Now you got to go against those cars with no plates. Just wide open. Jimmy Johnson drawing first.
No, they're just getting their
Or excuse
sweatshirts.
me. Yeah, not drawing first. I got ahead of myself. Jimmy Johnson has the rules, program, and the shirts for Team Kansas, defending champions. Welcoming Kurt and Tom Gigg and Steve Siopa to the team. Good combination there.
I was actually over by Steve's car when Joey Pernice drove it up on the lift.
And
the motor vibrated me.
Cool.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
It was like being around a big block modified. It was
That's good.
pretty
We like
impressive.
that, right?
Yeah, that was interesting.
Matt Schilling's team collecting their hoodies, etc. And this might be Team Ski, Brodzinski, and Ryan Songalewski. Ryan Songalewski winning the Capital City Carnage event. Scott Mannering, Matt Rosno team will be up next. The 89R. Mannering was the guy you heard the motor fire up just as Sam was getting ready to get underway with the drivers meeting. We heard that motor fire up. Good sounding power plant.
Yeah, it definitely was sounding like it was running pretty good.
So again, these are just driver appreciation, novelties, programs, koozies,
Rules.
hoodies, and the ever popular
The
fix-it plate
most
rules.
important part,
Yes.
probably.
Team No Namers up next. I believe that's Jason Dial's team. Have you seen Jason Dial's wagon yet?
I did.
Nice.
I did.
I was
I did.
surprised. I figured it was going to be a Lincoln for him. It's one of the E2 Derby Tees crew, the 2013 champions, Lance Pritchett, Bob Meyer and company. And the 2012 champions, I believe. Oh, no, my mistake. This is going to be Team DMP searching for their first win here in our trips to Blizzard Bash. DMP, CJ Barnes, Team Puttawitter. There's CJ. And Team Black and White, 2012 champions of Blizzard Bash. David Gockel, Dylan Wayne. I ran into Cordell Hansen outside.
Yeah.
With Jimmy Johnson's car.
Cool.
Number 62.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
Hate when that happens.
Jimmy's car wasn't done.
I was here
They
when
were
it
trying to
arrived
fix
on
the
tractor
fender.
trailers.
Yeah, they were trying to fix the fenders. I thought he was making jokes. I thought he was making jokes about it. When he said his car was coming down the flatbed past that tank, which we jokingly said was Mike Brown's.
Yep.
Sam Bando, the Mile High Contracting Team Monsters this year, trading in the Mile High Contracting name for Team Monsters in tribute of Mont Sweat. And WFO, another team that's going to be a hot commodity. Josh Hull and Mike Brown reuniting for Mike Brown's final ride in a Derby car, not just at Blizzard Bash and Calistota style. The winners of the qualifying bracket. Now they are in the national bracket and desperately trying to hold their spot there. As we find out, we'll see you later. And this should just about wrap it up. Daniel Ort with Team Turnt. Eddie Chick joining him.
Yep. Daniel Ort, Kenny Rosno.
Kenny Rosno's got a nice metric Cadillac. I think we talked about that a little bit earlier. And rounding it out, the other winners of the qualifying bracket, Team Extreme. That's Colton Newhoffen.
And he's got a nasty-looking Cadillac.
All his Cadillacs are nasty, but this one is a particularly special kind of nasty. Matt Ertman not driving with the team this year, watching at home right now. Lamenting the inability to hear Sam, unfortunately. He's doing the best we could with that. And qualifying brackets up first. So I may need to enlist your assistance if they hand us envelopes.
Okay.
All right.
What's going on?
What's up, man? How are you? Good to see you. This is high end, I guess, huh? Keeping it crazy. Candace throwing them all over the place. Qualifying group, Heat 1. Heat 1 is going to be
GWC. Crazy Iowans.
That's the team with a bunch of the Frericks on it. They were the orange and blue colors that we saw last year, and they were awesome to watch. Just missed out, and they ended up having to spend a lot of time with their fella Iowa residents. So we'll see what happens here as they run against Team GWC.
HFYP. Minnesota Outlaws, heat number 2.
Minnesota Outlaws, they had a pretty decent run last year. Had some bad luck, which cars just bending funky.
Yeah.
And it didn't pan out well for them. So we'll see if they can turn that around. Qualifying round number 2 in the qualifying bracket. A couple folks jumping in quick to help out. And GCM and Shanley Motorsports. Shanley Motorsports includes Matt Hoffmeister,
Austin
Austin
Shanley.
Shanley, and Jesse Hoffmeister. We saw Jesse Kunkel run with them a couple years ago. They're trying to get back into that national draw in the worst way with those gray and black colors. We'll see if they can do it. They're going to be out there in qualifying heat number 3 on that at-large bracket. And again, there's going to be one bye drawn in this.
Bush Light versus Joker Inc. Heat number 4.
Team Bush Light. That's Craig Birkenpass and the Fiedlers, I believe. They fell out of that national bracket last year, if I remember correctly. We thought it was going to be the Black and Green team. We thought Rosno Mannering and that crew had lost their spot, but it was a bang-bang play and ended up Bush Light that was on the outside looking in.
Team Kansas Outlaws versus Team BMF. That's Heat 5. Let's go to Heat 6.
Kansas Outlaws, that's Brandon Conkel's team, I believe. Is that Mike Worth? That is Mike Worth. How about that? Mike Worth. Mike Worth, Sam Williams joking that Mike Worth won't be so eager to draw envelopes in the next round.
We got Hawkins and Team Overalls.
Hawkins and Overalls, Heat 6.
And it looks like there's just 2 left.
No, there's 3.
Is there 3? Where's
Yep.
the third?
There's 2 on top of each other over
Oh,
there.
okay. there's a couple right there. What if you just pull one? Just pull one and walk it up. Is that your buy?
X-rated.
Ooh.
And again, the buy as it stands, if everyone shows and everyone passes inspection, will be Team OFT. Okay, so Team OFT.
So Thunderstruck, the winners of May Mania out in Utah, coming out for the first time, making their venture to Blizzard Bash. They had the Heavy Hitter Award that wasn't even offered that night. Johnny Gullo created one that night, gave them the award, and it's now their namesake at May Mania coming up on May the 13th next year. They draw Team X-Rated in what might be one of the premier matchups of the opening round for the qualifying bracket. That is going to be a ton of fun. And national bracket ready to go.
Again, these are 100% security envelopes. We have no idea. We don't care. Jimmy Johnson, grab 20.
Uh-oh.
Jimmy Johnson pulled out of the crowd to grab the opening pairing.
This sets your whole Team Extreme versus NearItDemo.com.
That's a pretty highly contested heat.
That's Colton Newhoffen's team going against what I believe that team near it is the Brodzinski crew.
Yes, it is.
So that's going to be a heck of a pairing right there.
LibertyTees.tv, Bad Company versus Overkill.
So that's Team Fetro against Matt Schilling. Matt Schilling's team back in 2014 came away with second place against Team Underdogs when Clemens' team won. Clemens went through that in a rout. They had Luke Johnson and Daryl Monroe on the team that year. They have since left. So we'll see what that drawing. They met in the first round last year. Ended
Yep.
up with a couple rollovers.
Yep.
Kyle Soda, Chris Lancaster's team versus DMP, CJ
Wow. What a draw. Welcome to the national bracket, Calisota style DMP in the opening round. Man,
That'll be interesting.
that's going to be. Yep. Get ready to do therapy on that wrist. Wow. It's a good draw. Here comes Booger from Team GYD. Man, that's a good one. Heat number 3 is going to be fun.
They're all going to be spectacular.
Derby Team's Bob Myers team versus No Namers, Jason Niles team.
That's going to be a good one. That's got some
Absolutely.
longevity. We've seen these teams run in various iterations every year that we've been here. And No Namer's got a nice wagon. We saw Bob
Yeah,
Meyer, I think,
yeah.
was it Bob Meyer brought a wagon here a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Daryl Monroe's team. Versus WFO Josh Hall.
Whoa, that's a good one. So that's Vince Olivius, Luke
Daryl
Johnson,
Monroe.
Daryl Monroe going up against WFO, Josh Hall, Mike Brown. It's going to be a
Wow.
loud heat. Loud heat. Heat number 6. Three heats to go. Heat number 6 being pulled right now. I believe that was one of the Geg boys that pulled those. Nope, it wasn't. Never mind. And we're opening those. We know they're not getting Brodzinski. Ooh,
Wow. That's a tough one.
that is, it's an unfortunate one right there. Bandow, he has a couple Fords on his team.
Yep. 2 Fords and 2 caddies, I believe.
2011 champions versus JYD.
Wow.
Mike Worth draws Bobby Brockway, Ryan Durham, and Bobby Whitaker. Mike Worth, Zach Staver, Booger. They're up to the challenge. It is going to be that's dynamite. They've been in just the 7th spot a couple years, and Team Kansas typically runs last too. 2015 versus 2012 champions. Team Kansas going against Black and White. David Gockel's team. Man.
Wow. Eric. Pretty interesting heat draws.
Yeah, very interesting heat draws. Excuse me. So let's run through them one more time. We got a couple minutes here before we gotta check out of here. We'll go through the qualifying bracket first. Team GWC against the Crazy Iowans. We talked about the Frericks team and what we saw them do last year in those orange and blue colors. Hopefully we'll be able to see a lot of the same back again when we see them take the track against Team GWC. HFYP is against the Minnesota Outlaws. Minnesota Outlaws had some tough luck last year.
Yes, they did.
Cars didn't exactly bend the way they wanted them to. Took some bad shots, and then they had to fix it. It was just an uphill battle for them all along. A couple breaks fall their way. They get on the better side of that qualifying bracket. We'll see if they can ride that momentum. Shanley Motorsports, they come out. They've got to feel like they've got something to prove. They've been mired in this qualifying bracket now for a little bit. The team is intact. They've had a lot of good runs. They've just run up against the wrong teams at the wrong time. And they drew Team GCM in the qualifying bracket. Busch Light, another team that we've seen run in the national bracket before, draws Team Joker Inc. Kansas Outlaws are going to be against Team BMF. Team Hawkins is going to be against Team Overalls. Your butt is on TV right now, just so you know, both of you. Both of you. Nice work. Team Hawkins and there you are right there. Team Hawkins and Team Overalls are going to be in qualifying heat number 6. Team Thunderstruck and Team X-Rated Security. Anybody security?
That's a first.
Get out of here. Team Thunderstruck, that is Robbie Layton and...
Got shut off.
Did we? Yeah, I think we just lost it. Where are we at? There we go. Team Thunderstruck is going to draw Team X-Rated. That's Robbie Layton and Brad Bowman. The defending champions of May Mania are going to be out there in qualifying heat number 7 on the qualifying bracket. And then rounding it out, with the bye right now is Team OFT. If one team doesn't show, the bye is basically eliminated. If two teams don't show, they're going to redraw the whole bracket. So that's going to be something to watch closely. Team Extreme going to be in the opening round of the national qualifying rounds against Team Near It. That's Jason Brodzinski, Ryan Songalewski. The black and tan cars are going to be a force to reckon with. But as you said, Colton Newhoffen builds nasty new Cadillacs, and this one is a new brand of nasty for him.
Absolutely.
So we'll see what happens as Team Extreme makes their first foray into that national bracket after winning in the qualifying rounds last year. Round 2, Bad Company, the runners-up of 2014. Matt Schilling's crew is going to go against Rosno and Mannering in the Team Overkill crew. That's in qualifying heat number 2. Calistota Style, your other qualifying bracket winners who moved up, they're going to be in heat number 3 against Team DMP. We said there's no easy path. That might be one of the harder paths to take.
Yeah, definitely. That's a heck of a way to start out.
Kyle Puddlewitter, CJ Barnes in line for Team DMP, the orange and black colors. E2 Sliders, that is Team Derby Tees this year. Bob Meyer and Lance Pritchett, your 2013 champions, going to go against Jason Dials, Team No Namers. Jason Dials' crew running with Michael Maxton and It was Dials who finished second place at Capital City Carnage here. Football window Lincoln car of choice for him then. This time he's got a Chevy wagon. Team Toast is going to be out there next. Another one of the Derby T's entries. That's Vince Olivius. That is
Daryl Monroe.
Former champions from 2014, Luke Johnson and Daryl Monroe, when they ran with the Team Underdogs. They match up against Team WFO. Mike Brown said he had something left in the tank. It was going to be his last time around at Blizzard Bash, his last tour in a Derby car, and he was going to bring a new kind of crazy to the track. We'll see what he and Josh Hull can do. Round number 6 is going to be Team Monsters. That's Sam Bando and the crew from Utah, and the tribute team for Mont Sweat, as he passed away earlier this summer. Team Monsters also being joined by Pennsylvania's Brad Tice.
Yep.
For the first time, they drew Team Turnt, who bumped up to the national bracket from the qualifying division. Eddie Chick going to be running with those guys. Kenny Rosno in the Metric Cadillac. Round number 7 in the national bracket is going to be Team IFD. That's your 2011 champions, Bobby Rockway, Bobby Whitaker, Ryan Durham. Those guys drawing Team JYD with Mike Worth, Booger. That's going to be an awesome pairing in round number 7. We've seen IFD get lucky enough to be in the bottom half of the bracket a lot of times, but they always find the wrong matchups down there. Team Kansas, again, going to be out there in the last qualifying heat on the track. Team Kansas, last year's winners, with Jimmy Johnson bringing in the Geg Boys and Steve Siopa going up against David Gaukel and Team Black and White, who won the championship back in 2012. They bring one different driver. Otherwise, it's a contiguous team of 3 for that group. So we've got one returning driver on the team versus 3. So it's going to be a kind of a compelling matchup as we see that final one shake out. But at the end of the day, it's all going to be settled on the track. There's no speculation left on paper. We know who's got what matchup, and we know who's going to be up against who.
I don't know if the draws could have gone any better. Like, as they were calling them, it was like, oh no, oh no. I mean, there's some really great battles that are about to happen.
Absolutely.
Great battles.
So, Josh, you text Katie and tell her you were on Saturday?
I'm doing it right now.
All right, just checking.
Is she
Mama,
excited?
they built me a car. That's what I wrote. I'm going to take a picture of it.
That's awesome.
You know, I love this Derby world. You know, it's like, how exciting is that to... And I fit so perfect in it. It's got the armrest, ski shifter. That thing's junk. That car doesn't even know she's about to be junk.
Oh, yeah. Remember, you got to run long enough to get Mad Dog, though. You got to make it a while to get Mad Dog.
Nah. I don't even care.
Hey, if you only make 2 shots, you better make 2 big shots.
That's what I'm going to do, because you don't want people to pick on you here about sandbagging. I don't want to hear it.
No.
I will junk it in one shot.
How awesome would that be?
There we go. Well, what do you think?
I think it's time to stick a fork in it.
Yep, we'll start moving upstairs.
You've been talking for hours.
We have been. I think that's going to do it for us here from the Heat Draw Show. You saw it. That's what you've been waiting for. And now you know. Tomorrow, jump online, DerbyNation.tv. That's where you can get the pay-per-view links and all the information. We'll go live with you tomorrow for all the qualifying rounds. Then we'll have more action Friday, more action Saturday, more action Sunday. We'll start crowning some champions then. Going to be an awesome one.
It's going to be great.
Final thoughts, Josh?
Can't wait till Saturday.
Good job.
I knew you were going to do that.
Looking forward to it, man.
I
Looking forward to it. I can't wait.
I hate you.
That's going to do it for us here. We'll come up. We'll catch up with you guys all again tomorrow. You make being a jerk so easy.
I know. It makes me laugh. That's fine.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Thanks for watching. We will see you again tomorrow when cars hit the track for the first time at Blizzard Bash 2016 in the Landon Arena here at the Kansas Expo Center. Thanks again.